Yes, buddy. Love you too. So back in about the year 2000, I was 30 years old. I was a fourth year apprentice, and we had 5 years apprenticeship through the JETC back then. And I was on a job paired up with a guy. He was my journeyman, and he was younger. And he liked to really stress the fact that he was my journeyman. And on a couple occasions, until I put a stop to it, he would refer to me as boy. He would say, "Hey, boy, get over here and help me with this," or "Hey, boy, run to the van and grab this," or something. And so that was not going to fly with me. I had a conversation with him, and I stopped him one time, and I pretty much, as men do, I got in his face and I said, "Look, I'm not your boy, and you will not call me boy." And he was like, "Oh, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding." Well, that's not a joke. That is him trying to do some kind of power play, or I don't know what his problem was. He just had a big ego, and he still does to this day. Anyway, it's a different story. All this is to say is that when I turned out and I got my journeyman license and I had my own apprentices, no matter who they were, of course, they were 99% young men, and I treated them with respect because, like I told them, is that, yeah, sure, during my job is to make sure that you succeed. My job is to try to not only get the work done, but you're an apprentice and I'm the journeyman. My job is to get the work done and also make sure that you are armed with the most knowledge and skill possible going forward. So we need to create a trust, a bond, a respect. And there's no way to create a respect if you're talking down to an apprentice just because you're the journeyman and they're the apprentice. There's that power, there's that delineation of power. I think some journeymen love to exploit, and I don't know whether it's the fact that maybe they have a bad home life, so they got to take it out on the apprentice. But your home life belongs at home, and on the job, your only job is, like I said, to get the work done and to make sure your apprentice is trained up so that knowledge goes forward. We're supposed to be passing information and passing knowledge on to the next generation. So I've told every apprentice I've ever had, I would tell them, if you ever work with a different journeyman, keep one thing in mind, is that you are no less than them. When you leave the job site, you're both men. You both have to get in your trucks, and you both got to drive home, and you both got to have dinner and play with your kids, or we're equal. Just because one person started before another person doesn't mean the person who started first is more important than the other person. So if I could give any kind of advice to any kind of young journeyman out there, and I'm not sure if that culture is the same way it is back then as it is today. I have noticed over the years that things have gotten a little bit more a PC, I guess, to use a term. I'm not quite sure. I can't pull a term off the top of my head, but it seems to be a little kinder and gentler these days than it was back then. What's up, buddy? But if I could give any advice to any apprentices coming up, is that you don't have to take that. You don't have to take that stuff. If someone is giving you shit because you're an apprentice, just, I guess, remind them that, hey, I may be your apprentice on the job site, but we're both guys, or we're both human beings. Doesn't matter if you're a guy or a gal. If you're getting disrespected on a job site solely based on the fact that one person's a journeyman, one person's an apprentice, that's ridiculous. And to you journeymen out there, your job is to make sure that these apprentices succeed in the future, and they are a direct reflection of your training and your mentorship. So that's about all I got to say for today. You guys take care.